Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you step by step on how to make milky donuts. In my plate I have 100 grams sugar, 13 gram yeast, 60 gram butter, 1 egg, 160 gram flour, 350 gram flour, 3 grams salt, and then 2 10-gram warm water. In my bowl, I will add my 2 10-gram warm water. I will add my yeast and then I will stir. Next thing I'll be adding is my 100 gram sugar. Then I'll be adding my 160 gram flour and I'll mix. This stage is called the starter. It is called the starter because you have to check if your yeast is active. So you're going to mix this, cover it and keep for 20 to 30 minutes depending on your room temperature. So I'll cover it and keep, and after 30 minutes this is what our yeast looks like. So next thing I will add is to break in my egg. Please always make sure you wash your egg before using it. And next thing I'll be adding is my butter. Now I'll be adding my salt to my flour, then I'll mix it before adding it to this batter. I'm mixing it now, then I'll be adding it gradually to my bowl and then I'll mix. You just have to do this till your flour in your bowl finishes, and then you have to mix. And once I add the last one now, I'll switch to my hands. Now I'm switching to my hands to mix. Then switch to my surface. Now you have to knead this very well to have a very smooth and stretchy dough. For now your dough is still very tacky, so you have to mix, knead. You have to knead it very well to have a very smooth and stretchy dough. Now how many minutes are you expected to do this? 23 minutes, depending on your strength. You have to do it for 23 minutes, but if you are not doing it at intervals, because you have to time yourself, so if you are not doing it at intervals, then you should expect doing it more. You should give yourself longer time, like 30 minutes to almost an hour, but you are not expected to do this for so long, so you don't end up having a sour taste donut. So the best time is 23 minutes. You just have to be active in your kneading. Make sure you knead it very well to be very smooth, and if it's kind of sticky, use vegetable oil. Apply vegetable oil in your palms or on your surface and then knead, and there you are, you have a smooth dough. But make sure what you're expected to get here is a stretchy dough, so make sure your dough is stretchy, because with that you can get your white line. Now the oil I'm using here is King's vegetable oil. Always buy them in gallon and then divide it and put in a bottle. And what I'm trying to do here is called window test. I don't know if you noticed what I was doing. I was trying to like stretch it. So here I have to knead this back and forth for me to have a stretchy dough, and after that I'll have to divide them into segments and then I'll scale them to get 80 grams. You can use 60 grams, 65 grams, 75 grams and 80 grams, but I'm working with 80 grams. The 60, 65 grams, those are smaller sizes. This is 77, 78, and then 79, and then 80. So we are going to scale this again to have 80 grams. Sometimes you have to repeat it, like when you are done scaling your dough like this, you have to repeat it again to make sure it's the exact size, because sometimes it can be bigger than the size. This is the small size that remain. So what I'm going to show you here is how to know if your dough is ready or not. This stage is called window test. So when you stretch your dough and then you get a very thin transparent line, then you should know that your dough is ready. So you apply flour on your surface and then touch it to like so. How do you do this? You have to spread your dough first. After spreading, you gather it. After gathering, you pinch it. Make sure you pinch it very well. Then roll it in your palms. After that, you have to transfer it to your surface. Gather it first. Pinch. Just pinch all the parts. Then gather it to make sure that it's well sealed. Then roll it in your palms. Roll it on your surface. There's still hole on my own, so I'll have to pinch that hole, gather it, and then roll. I just have to make sure I have a smooth dough, so my donut surface won't be rough after frying, and so it won't open in my oil. So you have to apply flour on your surface, roll. Make sure you do this again. Then place it on your parchment paper. Always apply flour on your parchment paper before placing your dough. You have to do this to form a very smooth ball. Pinch, gather, and then pinch it. Just do this till you're done. Roll it on your surface. And then after that, this is all. We are keeping this to rise 40 to 50 minutes depending on your room temperature. But if your place is not hot enough, then you leave it for an hour, and then after an hour, this is our dough. It has doubled in size. You don't have to leave your dough to over rise. If not, you end up having a very soggy donut. It will soak a lot of oil. And then next thing I did was to put my oil on fire for 5 minutes. Not just 5 minutes. Make sure that your oil is not so hot, because if it's too hot, your donut will not done inside. Don't use a very high heat and don't use a very low heat, just moderate, because this donut needs to fry gradually. I don't know if you get. If you want to also know if your oil is hot enough, if you have thermometer, use it to test. If you don't have, then you can just put your finger, like a tip of your finger, inside. If you feel the temperature, then you should know that your oil is ready. Then you start adding your donuts to fry. And when you put your donut like this, make sure that the under is brown before flipping to the next side. And how will you know if the under is brown? You have to use your skewer to like raise it up a little to check if it's brown. If it's brown, then you should know you have to flip. If it's not, then you have to leave it. And you have to leave this other side to turn golden brown before you remove it from your oil. And there you are, you have your white slime donut. Now, how will you know if your donut is ready? You have to use your skewer to like poke the side of your donut. When you poke it and you bring it out and check, if the skewer is clean, then you should know your donut is ready. If the skewer stains, then you should know it's not ready. So you have to drop back your donuts in your oil, then allow it to fry. And after frying, you place it on your serviettes for it to drain oil. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share this video. If you've not followed us, just follow us in order to get more videos from us, because we'll be posting more videos. In the next video I'm going to post is how to prepare the cream, the filling for these donuts. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you in our next video. Don't forget